In the first part, we went into the jungle, found a flight of stairs, and met Eladio Pop. His farm is now the family business. We saw how the cacao was raised and cared for. Let's go to the kitchen where this lengthy process will be shown to us and some of the secrets revealed in the traditional making of cacao hot drink. Cacao.
Hello, Ian and Verb. My name is Eladio. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
You're welcome in my mom and dad's home. This is where my mom and dad lives. I'm the oldest child for them. And when I was a little girl, this is where my mom do all her cooking when she was raising the 15 children. My mom, she has 15 children, and she was raising them with these cacao beans. So I'm glad that my mom and dad came out with this idea that they have, that they're still keeping our tradition than losing it. It's better to use it than losing it. So I'm glad that my mom and dad teach me this chocolate demonstration, how they make their chocolate drink, what they do with it, and then to lose it. So I'm here by now to show you how I will roast my cacao beans and how it will turn to hot chocolate drink. First, you went and see my father at his farm. You went and see what kind of plant he have there and how the cacao tree look, how the pod look when it's fresh in the pod. And also you tasted that white juicy gel on the beans.
Mm-hmm.
And that juicy gel is just like soursop. So you just suck on the beans, and that is where you're gonna get that. You're gonna taste that juicy gel. That juicy gel on the beans, you can use it for cacao juice.
Oh, okay.
You can squish them with your hands, and
But it's different than soursop.
yes, it's
Okay.
different. That's a cacao beans, but
Right.
it's nearly the same, but it's not a soursop.
Right.
Yeah. So the gel, that is what we use for cacao juice. But the way how my great grandmother teaches us how to make our chocolate drink is washed and dry. It's the way how they teach by their great grandmother, their mom. It go by step and generation to generation. Yeah. So that's the way how they do it. Now we have the fermented one here to show you dry our beans. First, it's fresh in the pot. You go on harvesting the beans, fill the bucket with beans, and bring it at home. Then my dad, he make a big wooden box. That is where he ferment his beans for 6 days. Then after the 6 days, the 7th days, you take out the beans in the wooden box and sun it for 10 days. Did you see the white juicy gel? That juicy gel, that is what ferment itself in the wooden box. And also, when you're fermenting your beans, you have to keep turning the beans every 2 days when you're fermenting it for 6 days. Keep turning the inside so that you can have the good fermentation of the beans. But if you just leave it there and not turning it, you won't have the good fermentation of the beans.
Okay.
So it's better to keep turning every 2 days. Then after the 6 days, the 7 days, you take it out and sun it for 10 days. Now, this is the way how the beans look when it's fermented and dry for 10 days. See? Fermented and dry for 10 days. And also, why we ferment our beans, it takes out the bitterness out of the cacao beans when you're fermenting it.
Okay.
And also, it gives you like an alcohol taste to it. And also, there's your company now are buying the beans. So what my dad do, he just gonna harvest the beans, bring it at home, and they will come and purchase it at home, and they do their own fermentation.
Right.
Yeah, so that's the way how we're doing it now. But the way how my great grandmother makes their chocolate drink is washed and dry. You can see the difference. Look at this one, washed and dry. You can see the beans look when it's washed and dry.
Yeah.
All the gel and the juice is clean out of it. Look at the
That's
beans.
completely different.
Yeah, it's different than the fermented one. Now I want you to taste the beans when it's fermented and dry for 10 days. Just take a little bite on it, and that's where you're going to taste chocolate. Like in special occasions, wedding, planting day, chocolate drink is our main drink for that day. If we don't have this chocolate drink during the day, guys, I'm not happy.
Nibs.
I need it. Yeah, that's where you get the nibs. Yeah. And you can still taste that like alcohol taste to it.
Yeah.
It's the fermentation that's what give that. It's
Interesting.
the juice and the gel ferment itself. And also my mom, she was raising the 15 children that she have. She don't go to the hospital. My mom, I'll have the 15 children here at home. And she was raising them with this chocolate drink. When a mother doesn't have that energy, no more milk to breastfeed, go for this chocolate drink. It gives you that energy and it develop more milk for you to breastfeed your baby. That's the way
Wow.
how my mom teach me. I learned from my mom. I have 7 children. Yeah, I have 7. So that's the way how the beans look now when it's fermented and dry for 10 days. Now, our main ingredients in our chocolate drink, it's allspice berries. This is the berries that my dad collect from the allspice tree. I think you saw the allspice tree.
Yes.
So these are the berries that my dad collect. But also when you're harvesting your beans, you need to go early in the morning because the birds, they love eating it when it's getting ripe. So my dad, he went to harvest these berries and we keep them, dry them properly, just like the cacao beans, store them in buckets or seal them good so that they won't get moldy and spoil, but dry them properly. If they're not properly dried, then they will get moldy and spoil. Yeah. And also, guys, this cacao beans was my great grandmother's currency in the ancient days. That's
Yes.
your currency. But now it's not currency anymore.
It's commodity.
Yeah, so that's what they use. And allspice, main ingredients in our chocolate drink. Why? Sometimes our kids are not feeling good. They have a bad tummy, or they have other problems. So what we do, like toothache, go and boil some of these allspice and give them the drink. They will be better. That's why allspice is our main ingredient in our chocolate drink. It's medicine at the same time. Yeah. So that's the way how the beans look when it's properly dry for 10 days. Now the white beans that my dad talk about is white beans at the
He
farm.
did. He was
Okay.
saying one is male and one is
Yeah,
female.
so
And
these are the two that we have here. This one is the white chocolate that we mix along with the cacao beans. White chocolate, you cannot make like chocolate bar out of it. No, you can just use it like to add flavor or milk in your dark chocolate.
oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just like eating nuts. See, look at the white beans. It have a different seed. See, it's from this one. See, those are the seed, so you can see the difference.
Yeah.
Fermented and dry, the traditional way. This is the first step. The traditional way. We have more of these. We can
That's okay.
get a picture after when you see.
Yep.
Washed and dried, the traditional way of making our chocolate drink is like this. Now the modern way is a fermented one. And this one is also in the Asian days. Yeah. So white chocolate, it's very scarce here in the village. You need to go in the jungle looking for these white beans if you want to plant more. My dad, he's planting more so that we can harvest more, so that we can use it like milk in your dark chocolate or nibs or like for peanut butter. You can do other things with it, but not making chocolate bar. Yeah. Now, the second step, guys, is to show you how I will roast my cacao beans. And also, another thing, when they go and engage here in my village, if I have a son, for an example, and this boy tell me, Mom, I want you to go and engage this girl. Before we go, we gotta take a pound of beans for the engagement day and leave it for the girl's family. And you know that if that girl loves you, well, you're gonna enjoy that chocolate drink along with the boy and the girl's family. Yeah. Every visit, you take a pound.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the way how they did to me. I asked my mom, my neighbors that they come and engage me, they brought a pound of beans, and I asked them for what they bring the pound of beans, because they're gonna get you. And I'm glad that they
We're gonna
did it.
propose to you.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yep.
Because I love my husband. Like what you said, it's, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the way how they did to me. Yeah.
He brought me
I know.
pearls.
Yeah, that's the way how we do it here. Yeah. Now the second step is to show you how I will roast my cacao beans. Properly dry for 10 days, and after that you go ahead and do the roasting for half an hour. Properly dry for 10 days. That's washed and dried, the traditional way of making our chocolate drink. Washed and dried. When it's properly dry, it takes half an hour to do the roasting. But when it's not properly dry, then you have to take your time roasting it. And also when you're roasting it, you have to keep turning the beans. Turning the beans half an hour. If you just leave it there and put more heat under, it will burn and you won't have the good taste of the drink. So it's better to take your time roasting it so that you can have the good taste of the chocolate drink. Yeah. If you want a kitchen like this, chocolate drink has to be there for that day for the man to give him the energy. Yeah. Roast it for half an hour. When I started the first time roasting my cacao beans, I used a corn cup to turn the beans. I was in my 10 years of age when I started roasting my cacao beans for my mom.
Your hands were very tender.
Yeah,
Yes.
my mom, she was the one who used to do the chocolate demonstration. Being the oldest child in the family, it's a lot of responsibility. So she teach me all these work to do. So now I'm the one who take over. So it's better to keep our tradition than losing it.
Do you teach your children
Yeah.
how to do this?
Now, yeah.
So
they see
you're
what
not
I'm
going to
doing.
lose it.
No, I don't
No.
want to lose it because it's important.
It
It's
is.
better to keep your tradition than losing it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because you cannot find it anymore. So it's
No.
better to keep using the tradition, sharing it. It's important. Yeah, I love doing this. I'm glad my mom positive turned to me. Yeah. I'm sure impact you. And also, guys, my language is a Quechua. That's my son going to school.
So, okay, now that's Botik? No, Banjosh? Okay.
Banjosh.
Banjosh.
That's in our language, the Quechua.
Yeah.
Then Mopan Maya is Botik.
Okay.
Yeah. My daddy is a Mopan Maya. My mom, she's a Quechua. So that is where we learn both of our language from them.
We try to learn to say please and thank you in the
Okay, that's
language we're
good.
going to
Yeah.
show respect.
Yeah, that's
You know.
true. That's important, yeah. So what I'm going to do here now, I want you to taste these cacao beans. Yeah. That's roasted for half an hour. You just press on the beans, and that's where you're going to take out the beans and put the cacao beans.
Ah, okay.
See? And then you watch it. You know, down. Oh, no,
Yeah.
oh, why?
And it's all winnowed now. Yeah. All these little. Yeah.
That's where you're going to get nibs.
And the shell just disintegrates.
Yeah, lighter.
And,
shells are lighter.
And the nibs, yes. Those are so good.
Yeah.
Oh no.
That's cacao beans. Now what I want you guys to taste is the white beans. Look at the white beans.
Oh,
It's
wow.
different. It's just like eat peanuts. When you roast the peanuts, it's just like that. It's not better. Now go ahead and taste it.
Okay, dog.
What I'm going to do here now, instead of shelling the beans one by one, it will take time for me. So the easiest way I find to use a stone to crush the beans. Okay?
So how old is that stone?
Well, this one is an old one. I cannot tell you how old it is, but it's an old one.
Yeah.
They just take good care of it so that they can pass it on, like what I said.
Yeah.
Pass it on to them. Did you see the allspice? We roast the allspice along with the cacao beans.
Oh,
just
okay.
in a pan of beans, you put 3 of these berries.
Okay.
Guys, allspice berries, it's very strong. If you put more, then it will overcome the taste of the chocolate. Did you taste the leaves?
I've tasted allspice, yes.
Okay.
And it's like cloves and
Yeah,
cinnamon
yeah.
and nutmeg all at the very same
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
So what I'm going to do here now, I'm going to crush my beans. See? See?
And now the wind just cleans what you don't need.
Yeah, what I'm going to do here now, I'm going to take out the beans and I will do the winnowing. See? Separate the shell from the beans. When I was a little girl, this was the hard part for me to learn. Go ahead and take a look.
Look at those.
Yeah. Amazing.
May we?
Go ahead.
Okay, where's the nib? There's a nib. They're all nibs.
See, it's crunchy. You can use them like in baking cookies or baking cake. So what I'm going to do next, we'll go over that side and I will show you the traditional way
Okay.
of grinding my cacao beans to the paste. This metate was given to my mom. My mom, she was the oldest child in the family. So what my grandmothers do, she takes good care of it so that she can pass it on to generation to generation. She's the oldest child. Now she takes good care of it. She passes it on to me. I'm the oldest. I'm the one using it. It's a volcanic rock and it's a trade they did whenever they get this grinding stone. This was their currency. Currency they trade to each other. And also in the ancient days, it's only the royal go for this. But now everybody can go for this chocolate drink. And also this is our champagne for this chocolate drink. We call this calabash shell. My grandmother, she don't go and buy her stuff at the store like right now. No, you just go and grab from the tree and make your own chocolate drink.
So this is your brood.
These are my two girls. Ela kasi introdukin. Ela jo. Aja kapis panen. Yan kami kwalik kami paatse kap kwan. Jukesh kwen. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to grind my cacao nibs, and that is where we're going to get 100% paste. See?
Yeah, I can see it.
We're not getting powder, we're going to get paste.
Yeah.
All the elements from the cacao beans is here, so you can see how it looks. But when you take out the cocoa butter, you're just getting the powder. So it's
Okay.
better to keep all the elements
All the
from the
proper fats.
yes, then you keep it there. So
Everything
that's
in
where
balance.
you're so that's why you're getting the real deal.
Yeah.
And the first time when I start grinding and my matete, my muscles,
Oh, I bet.
see, we're getting 100%.
It's amazing.
Yeah, and I'm glad that I'm doing this. See, that's paste we're getting there. See?
It's amazing.
I'm gonna do here now. Collect the paste to make the drink. This paste that I'm collecting, I will dilute it with hot water. The traditional way of making my chocolate drink to the paste, and the paste is the best from this one. The modern one is from this one. But this one will give you a coarse paste. So this one is a real.
Finer.
A finer paste.
Well, yeah, because you control.
Yeah, the drink. But if I want to keep my paste like for 4 to 6 to 7 months, you keep it without no water. It's the oil preserve the paste to go more. But when you take out the cocoa butter, then you won't have that good taste anymore if you add the water to it. it will get moldy and spoiled and sour. So it's better to keep it this way. Whenever you want your hot chocolate drink, you just use a grater and dilute it with hot water, little at a time, till you get your paste smooth. See what I'm going to do here now? See?
Yeah. And the cocoa butter melts.
Yeah.
Combines with the cocoa.
See? See? I can go for 8 cups of this drink today. Anytime I need it, I just go for it. See?
Like this is your
Yeah.
I understand that.
Yeah. See?
It's one of the 4 basic foods.
Yeah. See?
It's amazing.
See? To make the drink now. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to collect and make my chocolate drink. So we call this in our language the Kekchamaya Cacao. See?
Wow.
Look at the chocolate drink. What I'm going to do here is so that you guys can get a good picture.
Oh, we can get good pictures.
See? See? Look at it. So we call this cacao in my language the Kikchumaya. So what I want you to do, I want you to have this little cup and taste the drink. This is the way how we keep it, see? See?
Amazing.
Yeah.
This is delicious.
You say cacao.
Cacao oo?
Cacao.
Cacao.
So is water oo?
Ook mean it's when you're drinking it.
Just dark and then
Milk chili.
Yeah. The chili was great.
Yeah. See, this one is.
We'd like to thank Eladio and his family for allowing us to video this and present it to you all out there. This is definitely a must-do experience in the Punta Gorda area of Belize. Thanks to all our viewers who watch, share, and make comments. We really enjoy Belize. As you can see, it has a lot to offer.